How is it possible that with all of technology, with our phones, with being able to video call someone across the globe, with the innovations of a personal phone, with a personal computer, that we're more busy than ever, we're more inundated with notification, with emails, with all these messages that are inundating our inboxes, and news that is 24/7, with sensational news, with social media, with Instagram, with all these social media applications that are in and around our lives that are, I don't know if it's making it worse or if it's making it better, but it feels as if we're so busy that we can't actually enjoy life and be present. First, I think in order to simplify your life, you need to have the right mindset. And I always say mindset is important because that's where everything starts from. Your motivation, your inspiration, why you're trying to do something is going to give you that sense of direction in what you're trying to accomplish. As Buddha said, desire is suffering. No matter how much income and resource that you have coming in, use that and divide it by how many wants you actually have. So if your income is increasing, but your desires and your wants are also increasing, you will never be able to escape the power of consumerism, the power of actually wanting more things. And the more things you have in your life, the more you have to maintain them, the more you actually have to worry about them, the more you actually have to think about them, because not only are they a part of your life, but they represent some visual noise because you see them. You see all the things in your house, around your environment, and it provides this visual clutter. And when we think about desiring less things, we think about physical material items like a car, a house, and things that you purchase online. And of course that is very important, but with the mindset of desiring less, we have to think about relationships, not only our finances, but even in our careers and what we want out of life. And it's okay to desire things, but you have to be strategic and think, hey, what do I actually really want out of life? And I'm willing to sacrifice and suffer for that thing. In my opinion, having to suffer for getting a nicer house or nicer car instead of a decent sized house, or even renting an apartment or driving an old beater vehicle, I'd rather have that money, which equals really time, because you spend a lot of time acquiring that money, in my pocket, because money equals freedom in a sense, right? And I'd rather have time freedom than be trapped by all the things in my life. And all of these areas in our life really stem from trying to compare ourselves to others. We tend to look around us and compare with those people that are in our immediate circles, our friends, our family, and our coworkers, and say, hey, these people are about on average the same place as I am in life, and I want to compare myself because I can use that as a barometer of success in this world or in this society. And it's so hard to actually gauge that because there are more things in life than just comparing yourself to another person with your net worth, with their clothes that they wear, with what they actually are able to afford with their job and salary. There is way more, such as the wealth of your friends, your relationships, and all the other things that come with life. Let's talk about tactics. So there are 3 simple life hacks where you can use to simplify your life. The first one being automation. Automate everything in your life as much as possible. Being an engineer myself, I'm a lazy person. I want to make sure the things that I can automate and not actually have to do, the more the better. So for me, that means automating my schedule, making sure that I only read emails twice a day, making sure that I already know the location of my gym, the location of where I eat every single day, and ordering more or less the same thing off the menu, and just doing things the same way in order to have a set routine for all the small things in my life. Mainly because I want to simplify things and save time in order to use that time and energy on more important things to me, whether that is fostering relationships, fostering community, going and visiting and seeing friends, having conversations with my parents, or focusing on creative passions. To me, those are the important things in life. All the other things I try to automate, eliminate That is the second practical life hack in order to simplify your life. Eliminate as much things as possible. And you can call this a principle of minimalism or essentialism, or just being able to say no to the people that shouldn't be in your life, to the priorities and things that are not adding any value into your life. And that means even material things, physical possessions, right? Things that you don't want in your house, things that are just a waste of space and causing visual clutter. Eliminate them all. Set the time throughout your daily life and spend like 5 to 10 minutes, whether that's getting rid of things, evaluating your relationships, evaluating your career choices, and seeing, hey, maybe I could actually eliminate this part, right? Maybe there's some process in my workflow that I can eliminate altogether and not actually do, so I can prioritize my time and energy on the most high value thing, right? And this goes into this concept of Pareto principle, or 80-20. What are the 20% of the things that are gonna give me 80% of the results? Batching. How can I batch similar tasks and activities together? Right? You can batch emails, you can batch notifications, responding to Slack messages, but not only that, you can improve workflows in your career, at your work, in order to, hey, how can I streamline different processes in my work so that I can batch it together, so I can knock it all out at the same time? Because when your mental energy and mental train of thought is focused on one specific task, trying to switch back and forth into the different areas of your life and other tasks is going to be more mentally taxing than if you just focus on one thing at a time and then move over. That is why it's proven that multitasking is not an actual thing. You should actually single task and focus 100% of your activity on that one thing. The final practical life hack is practicing gratitude. Being grateful for the things that you already have is probably the most important skill and important philosophy to take out of this video. No matter how many things that we actually attain in our lives, if we aren't able to actually be grateful for any of those things and keep moving the goalposts further and further ahead, then we will never be satisfied in life. There is a human tendency to focus on the negatives. It's a negativity bias, and we focus on all the things that are wrong in our life, whether that is our health, whether that is something that we lack, comparing ourselves to other people, or something that went wrong throughout the day. There are more things to be grateful for that are positive in our lives than there are negatives. And a lot of times we choose and we forget to be aware that, hey, we actually have a lot in our lives. We have maybe a roof overhead. We have a way to actually access the internet. We actually ate a scrumptious meal. We actually got to walk outside and breathe the fresh air. And we got to go to school or go to work or actually have a profession or job and have a loving family and maybe have a relationship and maybe have friends. Celebrating the small wins is very important, because as we're moving and progressing along in life, there are many things to be happy about, things that we accomplished, and our accomplishments are very personal. Everyone has things that they've been able to accomplish in life, and it's easy to try to compare it to others, but look and self-reflect and see, hey, what can I actually be grateful for? What did I was able to accomplish, and I was able to be a little bit better today than I was yesterday. So those are my 5 practical life hacks in order to use to simplify your life. I'm gonna read a poem that I really love, and that sort of encapsulates the message of living a simple life. So this is a poem by William Martin. Do not ask your children to strive for extraordinary lives. Such striving may seem admirable, but it is the way of foolishness. Help them instead to find the wonder and marvel of an ordinary life. Show them the joy of tasting tomatoes, apples, and pears. Show them how to cry when pets and people die. Show them the infinite pleasure in the touch of a hand, and make the ordinary come alive for them. The extraordinary will take care of itself.